Oh my God. I'm never gonna financially recover from this.
That is my favorite sound on TikTok. What's tootin', guys? So I know that you may know me as the mediocre content creator on YouTube, but did you know that I'm a viral superstar on TikTok that also makes mediocre TikToks? But I actually do have some pretty entertaining TikToks over there, and if you don't follow me on TikTok, you definitely should. And TikTok is actually the place where I went viral for my fart jar stunt. It is where it all began. It is where I published my day in the life of a girl who sells her jars and farts. Yes, that makes sense. Her farts in a jar, and I also just do like some crazy things on there as well. It is my place of creative expression. It's where I can just be myself, and you know, it gets weird on TikTok.
Things are gonna get weird.
Even though they do try to stifle my creativity with their community guidelines, but let's just shut the hell up and dive right into some of my most viral and crazy TikToks I've ever done. You guys are gonna have to shield your eyes to some of these because they're quite horrific. They get bad. I'm weird as f. Let's get right into it.
I was bored, so I ruined lunch purposely, and I had fun doing it.
So let me explain. I purposely photoshopped my toe to look bigger in some of my Instagram photos during a period of mania that I was experiencing between the months of like December and February. Why? I think I was at a low point in my life. I also just wanted to see if people were paying attention to me. I think I'm an attention-starved person who maybe growing up did not feel like I was getting enough attention from like my dad, and now in like a weird way I feel like I'm trying to replace my deceased father with like the internet. Maybe, I'm not a psychologist, but like maybe that could be it. Maybe I should go see a therapist for this problem. But like I was just like with my toe in Photoshop, and I wanted to see like, if I upload this picture to Instagram, will the internet notice? And it's kind of like a fun little like Where's Waldo game after a while. Like, oh, there's her big toe. Did anyone else catch that? So it's all for fun.
If you think that it's okay to go into public without a bra on and I can see your whole ass nipple, you'd be correct. That shit's fire. Please keep doing it.
The one thing I love the most about TikTok, and by the way, this one got almost like 500,000 views, which is like so crazy because this sound isn't even mine. I never created this sound. I just literally like voiced over this sound. But what's great about TikTok is that it requires so little effort and you can get so many views. And this was one of the first TikToks that I ever made, and it went viral. And I was like, oh my God, that literally took me like 15 seconds. Like I spent 10 years on YouTube and like thousands of hours making videos to get like 1,000 views. I sit my ass down on the couch with my phone and speak for 15 seconds into my phone and post it on TikTok and it gets 500,000 views. Are you shitting me?
Okay, that makes no sense.
TikTok can make celebrities out of people for the dumbest shit, for putting in the least amount of effort. And that is when I fell in love with TikTok. And that was my first viral video on TikTok.
Oh my God. I'm never gonna financially recover from this.
That is my favorite sound on TikTok. Joe Exotic, I am never gonna financially recover from this. I love trolling people with my fart jar thing because I knew it was such a trigger. I knew it upset so many people that like, oh, $1,000 fart jars. Who would buy that? Who would pay for that? That's disgusting. So I knew that like the more I talked about it, the more it pissed off people. So I would always jump at the opportunity on TikTok to talk about my $1,000 fart jars. Anytime that I could use a Joe Exotic quote, a Joe Exotic sound effect, and fart jars, just, it's a blissful union, my friends. It's a blissful union. You know what's something that I'll also never financially recover from? My in-ground pool that I just opened up.
This is a bad choice.
That was a bad financial choice. And I lay in that pool now and I think to myself, yeah,
I am never gonna financially recover from this.
I'll never financially recover from that.
Me too, we're scared. Me too. I was really, really scared.
That was terrifying. So if you guys don't know the whole entire backstory of that, I was producing fart jars at this time in my life around the holidays. I got a lot of orders placed for fart jars and I was taking in a lot of protein shakes. And what happens if you do eat and drink a lot of these types of protein rich foods is you'll get a lot of gas buildup, and those types of things will mimic the symptoms of a heart attack, and that's exactly what was happening to me. I was having a lot of GI upset and a lot of pressure buildup, and I thought I was having a heart attack. So I had my friend take me to the ER, and I wasn't putting two and two together. I didn't realize that the symptoms were from all the shit I was eating. So, you know, I was there at the ER and they ran all these tests. They did an EKG, they did a blood panel to see if I maybe had a blood clot because I had just started a brand new birth control. And turns out it wasn't a heart attack, it wasn't a blood clot, it was actually just all the shit I was eating trying to produce all these fart jars. So they discharged me, they told me to take some Tums, go home, get some rest, sleep elevated, and...
But did you die?
By the next morning, I was perfectly fine and I did not die, thankfully. But I did have to retire from selling fart jars, or at least on the excessive scale that I was. So yeah, it was a sad day for the fart enthusiasts, that is for sure. Oh my god, I love this TikTok. This one's my favorite because it's a really, really funny story. A guy on my flight recognized me as the world famous fart jar girl, millionaire fartrepreneur. Now this was on a flight to Turks and Caicos. And turns out he was actually a huge fan of me and my farts. We hit it off, and when the flight got a little bumpy, he held my hand. He was staying at a nearby resort with his friends, but he stayed every single day with me. And we had the most amazing, incredible, life-changing time. He even said my farts smell like heaven. On our last day, we laid by the beach and then went to a bonfire. He then confessed to me something that changed everything. I couldn't believe the deception. He doesn't have a sense of smell. Oh my goodness! Okay, fun fact. I kind of sort of low-key fooled the media with this story. This wasn't a stranger, this wasn't somebody that I didn't know, this was actually just my boyfriend going on vacation with me, and I totally made up a story. It was a troll, I'm a troll. Yeah, my boyfriend went on a vacation with me to Turks and Caicos, and he was sitting next to me, and I was just like, you want to make up a funny story for TikTok? You know, this was kind of just like my way of getting him involved, and he got some pretty cool footage of me throughout our vacation. So when we were on our flight back home from Turks and Caicos, I was so bored on the flight that I was like putting together all of the footage that he took and the footage that I took, and I made up this funny bullshit story, and I put it up on TikTok, and it got like 500,000 views. So hell yeah. So sometimes when you get creative, and I'm a very creative storyteller, I'll tell you that. Some people think that I am a giftless tramp, but I will tell you this, guys, I might be one of the most gifted storytellers of our generation. But I have no respect, so, you know, I'm the least respected, most gifted, trampiest storyteller of our generation. Hopefully I'll get more respect, like, once my time on this earth is up. Hopefully I'll get some kind of, like, commemoration.
Quite a few times.
When 90 Day producers ask me how many times I've flipped the bean to baking shows.
50 times?
More.
100 times?
More.
200 times?
More.
500 times?
Probably.
Oh, okay, so if you don't guys watch 90 Day Fiancé Single Life, my intro scene was basically me diddling my padiddle to baking shows. This was kind of like an intro scene that was constructed by producers. Is it true that I strum my clitor to baking shows? It's a little bit of an exaggeration. It's just that I watch the Great British Bake Off so much that, like, it just turns out it's on so much I'm bound to masturbate at some point with it on, right? And at one point I was so obsessed with the Great British Bake Off, and I was like so horny all the time that like it would be on and I would just be like touching myself, and like I would just find myself like touching myself to Noel Fielding because he's hot. that's kind of like the Spark Notes version of it.
That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but I see your point.
I can't believe I just said that. I feel like that sounds worse than what was on the show.
He asked me to try and come to his place during a pandemic, and you know what I thought? Maybe. And then I thought, I have a vibrator.
Oh my god! I actually love this one. I think it's funny, it's cute, it was super easy to make, and I got a little sexy with it. And my tatas looking A+. Oh god, this one's great. When you can't sell fart jars anymore. Total shameless plug for my NFT fart jars. You know, I'm a businesswoman, guys. I know what I'm doing. I did what I could. So those were some of my most viral TikToks. Obviously, I failed to include my day in the life of a girl that sells her fart jars and my other fart jar ones, but you know, you guys have already seen those. Those have like millions and millions, and you know, I wanted to show you guys the ones that you haven't seen yet, the ones that are a little bit more under the radar. But if you guys want to see my other like day in the life of a fart jar seller and all those other ones, then definitely go check out my TikTok. There's definitely some more viral TikToks on there that you haven't seen with tons of views that are really funny, hilarious, especially if you understand sarcasm and if you don't take yourself too seriously, and if you like weird, goofy, funny fart humor, you know, you'll really appreciate it, I think. But if you don't like farts, then maybe you won't like it. But definitely go check it out. Also check out my spicy pages. They'll be linked down below. Also my socials, the rest of my socials, in addition to TikTok, will be right here. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and come back every day at 2 p.m. Eastern time for a brand new video. I upload every single day. And I hope you come back because I have no friends and I know you don't either. So maybe we should become friends. And yeah, I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah!